Welcome to Samuelsdottir channel. Kevin Samuels was truly a truth seeker, and after many years of educating both men and women of all races, but particularly those of African descent, in the art of navigating the ever-complex dating world, he was sadly ripped from our lives as he was called back home to the Almighty in 2022. Some of us, myself included, instinctively recognized the truth of his message. Many found his message rather unpalatable. I am hoping with this channel to make his message that little bit more digestible in a more feminine and softer manner. I hope this helps my sisters in the Black community who saw him as an enemy. Being Black myself, I hope I can bridge that gap. And oh, by the way, my father was also called Samuel, so in a twist of fate, I pay tribute with this channel to my father, who is also where Kevin has gone. I love how the Icelandic have a way of acknowledging someone's daughter in the same way as someone's son. So I appropriate the Icelandic way to find a suitable name for my channel, Samuelsdottir, Samuel's daughter. Enjoy the video.
The mamas. Can't blame the man. Can't blame the parent that ain't there. Unmute yourself, please. Yeah, you have to turn YouTube off in the background. How old are you? All right. Not yet.
Okay, I don't want to be on YouTube.
Okay, what is the disagreement?
So some of the things that I've heard you say about keeping a husband, I'm a little bit confused about them because in my regular life, and of course I've never dated a high value man, which we know you said that most women can't really get that. So I'm talking about regular guys here. You said that we can't keep men because we are combative and we're aggressive. And in my experience, I think more aggressive women I've seen honestly keep men more.
Ma'am, how are we defining keep?
When I say keep, as in they're the ones that are being kept by the man. You're in the house.
How are we defining keep? We keep score over here by weddings.
Okay.
Marriages, wedding rings.
Well, one woman I know is married. The other two.
One woman.
Well, I'm talking about the examples that I'm talking about, not all.
Okay. Okay.
But this person who is someone who I looked up to because she was married young. She did it the right way, and I did not. So I looked up to her.
So what you're saying is, hey, Kevin, what you and the other hundreds of thousands of men are saying, they want women who are cooperative, not combative. But what I'm seeing in my anecdotal world is one woman who is combative is married.
No.
Okay, that's what I just heard. What's wrong with what I just said?
Okay, well, what I'm trying to say, this person isn't combative necessarily, but what I've seen with women who have men, they're kind of.
I said, man, you said that women are kept, and I said, how are we defining keep? You said kept. I said, we define by weddings, marriages. That's how we define over here. Because you did start off saying marriages, ma'am. So you cannot go between dating and marriages. How are we keeping score?
Well, we can keep score by marriage if you'd like.
That's the only way we keep score. That's the only thing you can see. So you're saying that men would marry women who are combative?
Not necessarily combative, but they just have other qualities that I feel like I just don't understand how. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. There's women that I look up to that are married, and I'll ask them certain questions about keeping a man, and they're kind of aggressive. They're not, some of them aren't house women. They're not cooking and cleaning. They're just, but they will fight you about their man, or they will, yell at.
Okay.
They're married.
Due respect, I don't really understand the point you're trying to make. You ask these women about what?
About, being in a relationship. How do you get a man to stay with you?
What happened when you asked your mother?
My mother is not married.
Okay. All right. So the women you ask, and this one woman that you're talking about is married, yes or no?
Yes.
And you asked her, what do you do to keep your marriage going?
Yes.
And what did she say?
Um, I don't know. First, she just said it's love. You know, they got married young. It was like a high school sweetheart kind of thing. And I don't know, to be partners in the partnership and all that stuff. But I feel like that's disingenuous. But what I've seen is different than what I'm being shown, what I'm being told. What I see
What
is
did
that
she say?
they loved each other. That's why they're married. Just make sure that you love him, you be there for him.
See, this is what I need. Okay. And this is what do the men say they want?
The men said that they want a woman who's there for them, who's a
Then
good.
why don't you do what the men French toast ass say instead of what you think you see and what some one woman told you? Why don't you listen to the buyers instead of the sellers?
I do, but the
Okay.
people who are buying are
Excuse me?
contradicting what they're telling me.
Excuse me? You
They're
people who are what? The people who are buying? I want to be clear what you said.
the men in the situation. They're telling me one thing, but the women that they are keeping, the women they are with,
Ma'am, the men are you talking about you talk to their husbands?
no,
Okay, don't get frustrated at me because you can't be clear about what you're asking.
I'm
The
not.
chat room's confused too, so I'm sorry. I can only go on what you tell me. What is the question you ultimately have? How about that?
My question that I have is why, when I listen to you and you say
What is the question you ultimately have? Don't give me the background. What is the question? What is the confusion? What is the issue?
the issue that I have is that I just don't believe that. I think men are kept by their women, and I think that you're
Then then
sometimes.
then fine. Then do that and die alone. I don't care what you think.
Well, I
No
just
one cares what you think at
I'm not.
25. I want you to understand what the men keep asking for. That's the mother freaking problem. You think you know better than us.
No, I don't. I'm asking you. I don't think
You,
I know better. I'm confused.
okay, you say the men are kept by their women, meaning what?
I will. Okay, the men are kept by their women, as in these women are more aggressive than me. You know what I mean? They're.
Are they, ma'am? These women, you talked to. Okay.
I'm clearly speaking on my life and my life experiences.
Ma'am, you talked about one woman that's married.
Okay.
And you keep saying these women. I only care about the married women.
Okay.
How many, do you know many married women?
No.
Then what do you see any problem with that?
That is a problem. I do
Do
have a
you see
problem.
any problem with that though? You're judging you're trying to judge the market and men based upon women who are not married and what they say and what you think you see. But the one thing is, I said we judge on marriages. I don't care what women in the streets are saying. Do
It's
you
not.
want to be married?
Yes, I do.
Why?
I just think that's the right thing to do. Women should be married.
Why?
Why?
Yes.
That's just what I'm being told is the right thing to do.
Okay, well, jump off a bridge.
Okay.
That's the right thing to do too. If you want to die, jump off a bridge.
Well, I don't want to die. I want to
Okay,
live.
then your want matters. So don't just tell me why do you want to get married?
So that I can create a stable foundation for my
For
children,
whom?
future
For
generations,
whom?
for my children, and for
Right.
future.
What's your marriage? What is your they did it right marriage model?
Um, I don't have a lot of examples of that.
What is your they did it right marriage model?
They did it right. You get married. You have
Where
children.
no, what is your that couple did it right marriage model? What public couple is they did it right? Your public couple, they did it right.
Um, As in celebrities, I honestly don't.
I don't care if they're celebrities. I say public. Because I don't know your grandparents or anybody else. So I need to know. See, what I'm showing is you put a lot of faith, you put a lot of stock in your little anecdotal world.
I don't want to do that.
But I need you to listen.
Okay.
You put a lot of stock in your anecdotal world. My world is much bigger than yours, and it's loaded with men saying what the hell they want. You don't have a they did it right marriage model. I ask you why you want to be married, and you don't have a why, other than it's just the right thing to do.
That's what you guys told me.
But I need you to be okay. Have you ever had a relationship?
Not really.
Thank you. Your problem is not relationships. Your problem, you're socially awkward because you can't even have a conversation that's not annoying.
Okay. Well, that's the thing. I know I have a problem. That's why.
That's good. You know that, but your problem is not men and what men are saying. Your problem is even right here. I don't want to talk to you anymore, and I'm patient.
Well, I'm not socially awkward. I'm in this conversation. It's a little heated because I'm trying to get my point across and I'm not doing it very well. So I'm a little.
That's not my problem now, is it?
No, it's not.
Well, whatever the issue is, ma'am, it's on your side.
Okay.
And you say you're not socially awkward. You're 25 years old and haven't had a relationship?
Not a long-term relationship.
Then that kind of leads towards socially awkward, ma'am, whether you like the word or not. If you were a man, are you a virgin?
No.
What's the longest relationship you ever had?
About 5 months or so.
When was the last time you were actually intimate with somebody? No one can see you.
Probably about 3 months ago.
All right. Ma'am, 5-month relationship at 25 years old, that leans towards socially awkward.
Okay.
So before you start worrying about men, you need to kind of get a grasp of what it is, your
I was
EQ.
going to do that, but
all right.
You said that we shouldn't do that. That you shouldn't try.
Oh, you're not. But okay. First of all, don't say that I said you shouldn't. I don't know you. You have never booked a session with me, so don't make me responsible for what you think you hear in a podcast.
Okay.
That's bullshit.
I'm trying to follow good advice, and you said that a lot of women.
Ma'am, I don't know you, and I'm gonna tell you right now, based on the conversation I've already had, you hear what you want to hear. Go back and listen to this. I listen very well. So I can't be responsible for what you think you heard.
Okay. So you.
I'm gonna tell you guys, there are a lot of women. See, a lot is going on with women under 26. We have a lot of femcells. I don't know you, so yeah, I got to be able to see you. Okay, unmute yourself. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Can I talk to you without being on YouTube?
Yeah, that's fine. I just had to at least see who you were. So how old are you?
Hi. 34.
All right. So what did I get wrong?
I really appreciate what you're doing here. I do. But I want you to know that some of these women call in here really broken and you go too hard on them. You do, and you go hard on them in front of everybody.
First of all, ma'am, if they don't want to call in, they can book a private session.
Not everybody.
I do exactly what I do, and I'm not going to change.
I know, but not everybody.
I'm not going to change. I am not going to change. And I, how dare you try to tell me what to fix when I have results to show what I do works? What do you do?
Say less. Have a good day.
Yeah, what do you do? What do you do?
I don't do nothing.
Exactly. I'm just saying. See, that's the point. See, conflict avoidant. You can't push back with these women. See, I was supposed to just say you're right. And what did they do, gentlemen? What did you do? What did you just see? What did we just see? What did we just see? Conflict avoidant, ghosting. What did we just see, folks? What did we just see? You say your side, I say no, I'm going to do what I'm doing. I have a track record of this and that. What are you basing your expert opinion on whatever? And what did she do?
Meep, meep.
Conflict avoided, ghosting. Say less, say less. You can't make this shit up.
You couldn't make this stuff up.
Godfather, right yet again. You can't make it up. So thank you for coming in here and proving the point yet again. The only worlds that these red flag women can deal in is in worlds where you don't rock their boat. There are women who call in and they're really broken and this and that. We're all broken in some kind of way. And I reflect energy. So in case you haven't tuned in quite a while, some of these so-called broken people give and they get right back what they give. I'm not dealing with shrinking violets. Even a woman that was on before you, did it seem like she was knuckling under? I had to mute her. But this is that believe all women shit. This is they're not responsible. And it's the coddling of the modern woman that has jacked up the modern woman. But if you got better results, say more. Show us. Until then, you can go ahead and
Meep, meep.
Oh yeah, by the way, let me give you this.
From the streets. I'm a bitch from the streets. I get that money. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got. I get that money.
So, yeah, it will be a pleasure when the day comes that I'm not right, because that means women will start to change. I will gladly take being wrong, verifiably wrong, because that means women will start to change. And when women start to change and make adjustments, that means they're going to be better for the men. Mission freaking accomplished. If you think you want to say, ha, 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 we proved it wrong. We found 10,000 women that are fit, feminine friendly, cooperative, submissive, and they did X, Y, and Z, and they got husbands despite that. And the men are like, yeah, they're everything I want. Final broadcast, mother suckers. God damn it. Mission accomplished. They got me confused. Yeah. Who's getting timed out in here? Let them rock it. I'm getting timed out left and right. What happened? Yeah. Mimi, guys, try not to throw too many emojis in there. Ashley, I need to see who you are first. You don't have to stay on camera, but I do need to see that you're a female. So, again, this is what we're going to do. And again, if you want to be in LA, you want to be in the focus group, send me your email with your photograph, your face shot above your waist, full length, and then your demographics, age, height, weight, dress size, occupation, where you went to school. You need to be unmarried, single, meaning unmarried, and childless, 25 to 37. And yes, you need to be fit. I'm going to just say it as nice as possible. Come on, man. Come on. You need to be fit. You need to be that which you're seeking. And also, you can't have a boyfriend. If you're dating, I don't expect you to be a nun. But if you're in a relationship, no, thank you. So I need that sent to me on email at info@kevinsamuels.com. In the subject line, put LA Women's Focus Group. And then I need your IG, your Instagram handle in your email. Because I'm going to go to your Instagram and your Instagram needs to be public. I need to be able to see your Instagram. Those two things must be done. If not, I'm going to skip right on.
In this video, I surprisingly don't have much to say, actually. It's more for quiet perusal, quiet reflection. But I just wanted to address the question, is Kevin Samuels too harsh on women, or was he harsh on women? Now, this is the whole premise of my channel, to, in a way, soften his message. Was the message too harsh, or was it just about his delivery? These are two different things. But let's just focus on the argument that his message itself was too harsh. Now, I don't believe it is at all, of course, but just bear in mind, in most successful societies, there is always an elder, usually man, an elderly man, an elder man, who keeps an eye on the younger generations. He could be a grandfather of a particular clan in the society. He could be an uncle figure. He could be even a father figure. In current day America, we have Trump, who plays this role very well. He's quite harsh, and he doesn't take nonsense from anyone. He doesn't suffer fools, right? In most other societies, if you look carefully, there's always someone who takes on that role. Now, you could argue that because America, current day America, is on the decline, you need people like Trump. Now, it doesn't have to be Trump, of course, but anyone with his kind of authority, masculinity, fatherliness, the patriarchy. You need people like this either to keep the society stable or to prevent its further decline. Now, Trump may not be the best example. There are many people who have issues with Trump, so I apologize if anyone is a bit uncomfortable with the example of Trump, but it's the principle that counts, right? There's usually someone like this who is a bit of a loudmouth and is not afraid to speak his view, right? He's not afraid to express himself in terms of what he thinks is good, bad, or ugly. Now, there are also women, elderly women, who also focus on this aspect of keeping everyone at bay, right? Keeping people who would otherwise go off the rails in check. They are a little bit more quiet than the male voices in the general society, and they focus more on women, right? They're leaders of women, actually, because it's very rare to see older women take young men under their wing and instruct them. This doesn't happen much. Whereas the male figures, they speak to everybody, young men and young women, right? They're more of the overseer of the entire society. So, back to the question, was Kevin Samuels too harsh on women? One of the reasons he wasn't is simply that he was just as harsh with men as he was with women. So, he spoke to both sexes. And he was, I think, even harsher with young men. He had a complete disdain for these beta males, the men who are not doing what they were supposed to do, who are not up to scratch, who are not making the grade according to his standards. He was full of praise for the alpha man, the high value man. He talked about that a lot, but he had a lot of disdain for those who were failing. The problem was he thought more young women were failing than more young men were failing. So if one can make the argument that he was harsh, it was simply because he was harsher to more women than to greater numbers of men, right? But for individual men, he was harsher in both his delivery and the message. He was really harsh. But anyway, of course, the society focuses on his message to women, his interaction with women, and he was very quickly labeled the misogynist, right? But I think that he was actually quite fair to both genders. And he was just a father figure who wanted the best for the generations after him. And it didn't help his delivery. I actually concede that, in my previous videos on this channel, in my introductory aspect of all my videos, I do make the concession that his word in terms of the delivery seemed harsh. I don't personally believe it was harsh, but it does seem harsh. I concede that. But let's not kick the messenger. Let's not throw the bathwater out with the baby. The fact is that his words were correct. Without people like him, it would be a complete chaos. No standards, no values, no morals, nothing. There had to be people like him to get the message out there that things were going wrong, That's what every normal society achieves. And for it to stay normal, the societies where no one is brave enough to say anything, they very quickly go to pot. So, anyway, I just wanted to make that point for what it's worth. Otherwise, I have no other comments. So, as usual, peace, harmony, and grace to everyone who hears this video, who listens to this video, and I hope you got something out of it. Until next time, keep safe and be blessed. Goodbye for now.